Imagine living in a world where you're surrounded by radioactive materials. Sounds like a sci-fi horror movie, right? Well, brace yourselves because this is our reality. Let's start with the basics. Radioactivity is a natural process where unstable atoms release energy in the form of radiation. It's not just found in nuclear power plants or atomic bombs, but it is everywhere around us. Yes, you heard it right. It's in the air we breathe, the food we eat, and even in the very ground we walk upon. Now, here's the kicker. Some of the things we use every day are actually radioactive. We're not talking about some obscure scientific equipment, but common household items. Items you might have used this very morning, or are holding in your hand right now. That's right. From the watch on your wrist to the smoke detector in your home, we're constantly in the company of radioactivity. So, are you ready to uncover the mystery of your everyday radioactive companions? Ever wondered how your watch glows in the dark? It's not magic, it's radioactivity. Let me introduce you to the luminous watch. This little piece of everyday genius uses a radioactive element called radium to make itself visible, even in pitch-black scenarios. Radium, a naturally occurring metal, has a remarkable property. It glows. The glow is due to a process called radioluminescence, where radium emits particles that energize the surrounding material, causing it to emit light. But before you panic, let's talk about radium's effects on human health. Yes, radium is radioactive, but the tiny amount used in watches is generally considered safe. The danger arises when radium is ingested or inhaled, which can lead to serious health issues like anemia or bone cancer. But rest assured, as long as you're not munching on your watch, you're safe. Now, every time your watch lights up, remember, it's not magic, it's radium at work. The device that guards your home from smoke and fire, your smoke detector, is radioactive too. Now don't panic just yet. This common household item contains a small amount of a radioactive material called americium. Americium is a heavy metal that sends out alpha particles. These particles are used to detect smoke. When smoke enters the detector, it disrupts the path of these alpha particles, setting off the alarm. You may wonder, is this radioactive element a threat to your health? In large doses, americium can cause damage to tissues and organs. However, the amount in your smoke detector is incredibly small. As long as the detector remains intact, the americium inside poses no threat. So while your smoke detector is technically radioactive, the benefits far outweigh the risks. After all, it's this very radioactivity that allows the device to save lives by detecting smoke. Safety first, right? Even if it means using a radioactive device to guard your home. You might not believe this, but even your favorite snack, the Brazil nut, is radioactive. Yes, you heard it right. Brazil nuts are the most radioactive food we eat due to their high levels of radium. This natural radioactivity is all thanks to the nut's deep root system, which absorbs radium from the soil. Now, you might be wondering if it's safe to eat something radioactive. Here's the catch. While the levels of radiation in Brazil nuts are higher than in most foods, they're still not harmful to humans in the quantities we typically consume. Our bodies are quite resilient and equipped to handle low levels of radiation. However, it's also important to note that consuming large amounts of any radioactive substance can potentially have harmful effects. So moderation is key. Next time you snack on a Brazil nut, remember, it's a little bit of radioactivity you're munching on. So, are these radioactive items dangerous? The answer is, not really. You might be surprised by this, but it's true. These everyday items contain such minute amounts of radioactivity that they pose no real threat to our health. The radiation they emit is low level and is often blocked by the simplest barriers, like the skin or the watch glass. Also, our bodies are pretty good at repairing the minor damage that low-level radiation might cause. Isn't that fascinating? Yet it's crucial to remember that not all radioactive substances are safe. Higher doses of radiation can be harmful, even lethal. So it's a matter of quantity and exposure time. Now, isn't this a piece of information worth sharing? Let's break the myths and misconceptions about radioactivity. Bring this enlightening conversation to your friends and family. Spread the word, share the knowledge. After all, knowledge is power. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.